Yo, hello guys, Afam here. Just a quick video on Gnarlroot on Mythic, on how we're gonna do the boss, what to look out for. If you don't know the abilities, what it does, look up another video first. Just going through the fight, I have a random POV here, because they're doing a similar thing that we're about to do. One thing for the tank, we're gonna place these markers. You're gonna tank the boss towards one of these markers. The reason for that is so that the adds come up through these marks. This is just a little help in case we need to call something out. The adds will be on the lineup. Random frontals that we're dodging. If you look at the adds, they have spawned a bit earlier. Right here, you see also for the tank, you aim it through the mark, and if you're close enough, you won't get hit by the swirly, so you don't need to move. These can reach pretty far out. So the first big swirlies that we're doing, we are trying to catch all the adds on the outside. This just makes it easier for the second one that we can do any remaining ones. So ranged, if you get one of these swirlies, go to the edges relatively quick, so that anyone with the remaining circles see where they need to go. And use your movement stuff to get there. Here's a good example on the Mythic change. These are the big trees. Some of them spawn instead of the small adds. I believe they just need to get hit. So they have priority here, as I've written down in this raid planner. Priority is to hitting the big tree. And we put the first swirlies far away. They then spawn, they need to be tanked. We pull them onto the boss and we cleave off the boss here. Probably, maybe we cleave off the big tree, but I think off the boss is good enough for now. Just random swirlies that we dodge. Second adds, as I said, try to hit the remaining adds, but with priority to keep enough space under the boss. So if these adds are not getting hit, that is fine, as long as we have enough spot under the boss to not get hit by all these circles. One indication is here. Just place them. Focus is again to hit any remaining big trees if they're still up. And once these adds spawn, we are cleaving off these adds. They need to die fast. So if there's a big tree, we cleave off the big tree. Otherwise, we just nuke these adds. Every time these spawn, especially on the first set, is where heavy damage is incoming, so we probably assign heal cooldowns there. So here we would cleave off the big ad, kill it as fast as possible. And then the intermission starts. As he gets to the middle, before the roots come out, we already need to be in the correct position. That's why we have the marks. Because he's casting these roots and we cannot run through. So the idea here is that we have 4 groups. We're making groups via the marks and the ERT node. So get to your correct mark. Every group will have 1 healer, a couple of DPS. And the idea is that the healer will stand somewhat over here and just focus on healing. Don't bother about doing the mechanic. Everybody else will do the mechanic with soaking. So these are the roots on Mythic. They are all the same. I have it numbered over here. There's like 9 roots that we need to break with each section. On Heroic, by the way, it will look a bit different. It will be a bit smaller. I should have a screenshot over here. So we have a 9 root over here, but 2 of them are very small. There are only 4 roots that we need to break. So on Heroic, normal, we're gonna freestyle it. On Mythic, we can do a couple of assignments to make it easier. One example I have in mind is over here. So we have Group Skull. Has positioned here with 1 healer in the middle healing and 4 other people. An example of an assignment is Swag, Morsel, Apso, Afam, and Raven. So first swirly that spawns, Swag, Morsel, and Apso is getting hit by that swirly. They all get 5 stacks of the debuff. It ticks quite hard. So just have a look at your health. The idea is that the first person assigned will be here Swag. He's clearing a 1, 2, and 3, so front left. And then with his remaining stacks, he can also clear 4 and 5 if they're still up, sort of as a backup. So he's just running front left, clearing, and then clearing behind him as well. The second guy, Morsel, in this example, would clear 4, 5, and 6. So instead of running front left, he's just running back left, clearing these 3 roots, and then if anything is still close to him and he can clear, he can do that with his remaining 2 stacks. Third person, Apso, he wouldn't go left, he would go right. So he's clearing 7, 8, and 9. So he would go back right, so to say, clear this little branch and also the branch behind. This is pretty important to do because he's basically the only person assigned for this. Imagine that the middle branch will be cleared by Team Orange, so to say. So he's going right, clearing the branches that are reaching out. This is the first swirly. The second swirly that's hitting, also I've seen, by the way, first swirly, speaking of, sometimes they hit like 2 in the same zone. I'm not sure if this is a bug. I feel like this swirly should be in this position. But if this happens, just imagine this is one big swirly and just make sure that both are soaked but only get hit by one. Don't be in the intermission. The second swirly, imagine this one has gone. We can also see the timing on when the second is actually coming out. So the first is done, they're doing. Second is coming out now in the back. So it's only like 2 or 3 seconds. The second swirly would be soaked by the person assigned for the 4th location. So Afam in this example. He would just soak it and then look around left or right, clear any root that is still up. Ideally we clear all of them in the first soak, and the second guy is basically a backup. I've also noted if this guy would be dead, just call out in Discord need soak backup and which mark. Same goes with the third in case we actually get it. Third one would just be one of these guys again, just look out for it, one guy needs to soak it. Otherwise we take rate damage, that's not lethal, but it's good to soak. But getting 5 stacks obviously from the soak and having no roots available will deal really heavy damage. So that's why the healer is basically not doing any mechanics and just focus on spot healing whoever has big debuffs. And if you do end up with high debuffs and you cannot clear them, use personal DRs, health pot, whatever is needed to survive. And that's the whole fight. Once all the roots are broken, he gets into like a stasis phase. He takes more damage. This also happens at a 2-minute mark or 2:10. So 2-minute CDs line up perfectly. And the second intermission would be at 4 minutes something. So 3 minute would be popped on pull and then hold for the 4-minute mark when he takes more damage again. I'm assuming Bloodlust will be on pull just to get pot and everything out. It's also the first boss, so it should be relatively easy. If we need the damage, we could argue that we Bloodlust at the 4-minute mark when both the 2 and 3 minute CDs would be up. But yeah, that's the whole fight. I think everything important was mentioned. Tank through the line, hitting the big trees. Keep enough space under the boss. Get to your position early to not get blocked out, especially healers. Keep alive, kill the remaining adds here. There's also a chance that when we get to these spots that the big tree add is still alive, so that one just needs to be killed by whichever group is close. And then do the soaks. This can be probably also done with just freestyling, but having some assignments of people going left and right is probably good so we don't go all to the same location. Alright, thanks for listening, and see you guys later. Bye-bye.